What's going on YouTube? Why I stopped working in a correctional facility. I never forget it, y'all. It was about that time prison was dabbling in privatization and different things like that. So first thing they wanted to try and privatize was the food. That's where my company I work for came in. They had the contract to prepare and deliver the meals 3 times a day. 2 cooked meals, 1 breakfast, 1 dinner, bag lunch with a cold cup of soup. Okay, I had no problem with that. It was a lot of work. Cooking in them big 100-gallon growing tanks with the bow paddle. They look like bow paddles that you have to stir the food with. The pots are so big. Anyway, that wasn't a problem either because I was used to all that. But it was this one building. Now, it had no problem going to general population, infirmary, even the kind of crazy part of it, the prison where they kept the insane inmate. I ain't had no problem with that. But it was this one building that was sitting off maybe 50 yards from everything else. Almost like a death row building, but it wasn't. Then I was green, I didn't know no better, but for some reason I got stuck with the task of taking the food downhill and delivering it. And it was a newer building, and it had 4 like pods in it, and it was just one particular pod that when I came in the door with me and 2 other guys pushing those Cambros, we hearing cow whistles, and I'm like, this ain't normal. We don't get this in prison. Brothers don't play that kind of, fruity stuff in jail. That's this new stuff they talking about, this gay stuff. But anyway, we hear this. Y'all, so we go down this Saturday port. It's probably 20 yards. Hang a right. By the time we hang a right, there's like these plexiglass observation windows going all the way down. Okay, so we at the end of the hall. We finna hit the deck. We got about 25 yards to go before we get to the front door. Everywhere's the front door before you get to the front door. There was a nice size sally port or observation plexiglass, meaning where the officers, I'm assuming, could stand outside and actually look all the way in the dorm area and observe everything. That wasn't a big deal to me neither, but I was still curious about why these guys got to be off to themselves. Maybe they got some kind of foreign disease or something, or I don't know. Some spies, I couldn't figure out why, but I found out. So I always been a little man. Even pushing that Cambro on tile floors is really a task because you're really pushing about 80 pounds. Because you got a nice ass Cambro that you're pushing hot food in or whatever it is you got in the Cambro is heavy. It was about 20, 25 pounds or so. Y'all, I get to the first glass. Man, these dudes done cut all their shirts up, bro. Them dudes running around in there, man, buff like Lou Ferrigno and Hulk Hogan, but they made mini skirts, man. I'm like, all right, let me get these fools they food. She'll open the door, run the trays on in, pick up the trays from earlier. I'm out, no problem. So we walking, we got about another 20, 25 yards to get to the next plexiglass observation. Is where there's a door. The officer tells me, well, listen, y'all go ahead, young men, down here. I don't have to unlock the door. slide those trays under the door and go as quick as possible. I don't have to be in with y'all, escort y'all for this one. I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. He ain't got to unlock no door, no big deal. Y'all, man, them niggas was up in there, man, running up to the plexiglass, spreading their ass like nobody, man. And the smell, all you could smell was like, oh, booty hole and rotten fish. It was like I've never smelled anything like that before and have smelled nothing like that since. And I was traumatized. And I went ahead and finished that floor. But when I got back, I told my supervisor about it. And I told him, I said, boss, I said, it ain't the work. I can't do that building. Bob being the Bob is, a black Bob at that. Well, you know what, Julian Tough Cookies. We needed the contract, and we have the contract, and you're one of my best men, and I need you to go. So you want me to go every day, 2, 3 times a day, and watch dudes built like Hulk Hogan or a WWE wrestler with a cut-up Tina Turner shirt on, spreading egg. I never did tell my old lady that I had left. See, I had left a chick and moved away and took that job. I ain't want it no more. Man, I quit that job, man. I told that girl I miss her, man. Came on back. Got back with that girl, man. I ain't have no money, nowhere to go. But anyway, that's a different story. Hey, peace out.